If you find yourself often feeling overstimulated, frazzled, pulled in multiple directions, ungrounded, then you're going to love this little practice. So today we're going to do a practice together, and I want to introduce you to a term that you'll probably hear me use over and over again: slow-based breathing. So slow-based breathing is really great for helping to activate our parasympathetic nervous system, helping us to shift into that ventral vagal grounded state. So again, if you're feeling frazzled, pulled in multiple directions, this is the kind of breathing you're going to want, guys. This is the kind of breathing you're going to want, guys. This is the kind of breathing that's really going to help your nervous system to shift into that state where you can rest, digest, heal, recover, to feel balanced and well. So I want to go over just 3 points of slow-based breathing. I'm going to keep this very quick so we can do the practice together. We're going to do a little grounding and then a little slow-based breathing together. But here are the 3 points. The first thing that's really important is, to the best of our ability, we want to do nasal breathing. So we want to shift away from breathing in and out of our mouth and shift to breathing in and out of our nose. This can be tricky if you've trained yourself to breathe in and out of your mouth. It can be tricky to shift over to nasal breathing, but it's 100% possible, okay? And it starts with setting the intention. And so for this practice, if you're able to fully breathe in through the nose and out through the nose, that's what I want you to do. If that does not feel accessible to you, I want you to do as much as you can. Maybe that means you're able to breathe in through the nose and you breathe out through the mouth, okay? If that's where you're at, allow that to be your starting point. But again, the idea is to shift to the nasal breathing. And then number 2 would be really trying to bring the breath deep into the belly. And so that can be another thing that can feel really challenging if we've trained ourselves to breathe in the upper breathing space, which would be this area up here, my mic, which would be this area, like our chest area. If we've trained ourselves to breathe in our upper breathing space, it can feel really challenging to get the breath into the belly. So again, I want to encourage you, if it doesn't feel fully accessible to you, that's okay. Just start where you're at. And a really powerful tool can be visualization. So picking a color that feels soothing to you. For me, that's blue. A blue color feels soothing to me. And then maybe on your inhale, drawing your breath in through your nose and visualizing the breath going down into the belly, the lower breathing space, and then exhaling, releasing the breath. And so when we're belly breathing, we do want to feel the belly expand on the inhale, and we want to feel the belly gently sink on the exhale. So often we're trained throughout life to suck our bellies in, and because of that, it can be really hard to access the lower breathing space. So I really want you to give yourself permission to expand through the belly. And again, if that doesn't feel accessible to you today, use that visualization technique. But breathing into the belly is really important for helping to activate the parasympathetic nervous system. And so the third thing I want to leave you with is, we do want to try to make the exhale longer than the inhale, even if it's by 1 count. We really want that exhale to be a little bit longer than the inhale. And so today I'm going to invite you into a 4-6 breath, where we inhale for 4 and we exhale for 6. And if you need to change or shift that at all, that's totally okay. Maybe you shift to a 2-4 breath, where you inhale for 2 and you exhale for 4. Or maybe you inhale for 4 and you exhale for 5. So feel free to shift the practice however you need to do it. I like to think about it as, I'm holding a loose framework for you, but I'm trusting you to do what's best for your body. So just using this loose framework, but making any adjustments that you need to make this practice really supportive for whatever you need this day, this moment. And so those are the 3 points. Just to recap, we want to be breathing in and out of our nose with these practices to the best of our ability. Number 2 is, we really want to be trying to bring the breath into our belly, again, to the best of our ability. If we can't get fully there, we can use a visualization technique. I have many other techniques that I teach inside Nourish Beyond the Plate. And number 3 would be really trying to lengthen the exhale, have it be a little longer than the inhale. Can be a lot longer than the inhale if you want, but a lot of times just starting with a little longer than the inhale, 1 to 2 points can be a really nice starting point. So that was enough talking from me. Let's get ourselves comfortable. I'm in my swivel chair, as you can see. I'm going to give you a moment. Well, you can just pause it, right? So get whatever you need and find a comfortable seated position for this practice, and I'm going to bring us right into it. So maybe you Place your hands on your knees if that feels okay to you. Feel free to have your legs out long, you know? You don't have to have cross-legged. Sometimes that can bother the knees for some people. Respect your body. You know, let your practice be unique to you, whatever you need to do. You could even do this laying down. And then I'm going to invite you, if it feels okay to you, you could take your thumb and your pointer fingers and you could gently touch them. This also activates our parasympathetic nervous system. In fact, anytime we touch our finger pads to something, it activates our parasympathetic. And you'll often see people speaking like this and they don't even know it, but their body's automatically, they may know it, but if they don't know it, their body's automatically trying to regulate itself as they're speaking. Like, how cool is that? So just a little tip there. And then if it feels okay to you, I'm going to invite you to close your eyes. And I want you to take a moment just to notice the chair beneath you, noticing the points of contact beneath you, noticing the gentle ebb and flow of your breath, your organic breathing rhythm, as I like to call it. Maybe you notice your tongue gently resting in your mouth. Just taking a moment to pause before we start. The world is busy and loud. Can you just create a point of stillness for yourself? And when you're ready, we're going to go ahead and inhale. Let's draw a breath in through our nose for 4. Bringing the breath down to the belly. You could use that visualization technique here if you want for 4. Maybe feel the belly expand. And then a gentle exhale out through the nose if you're able to for 6. Maybe feel the belly gently sink. Let's take another one at your own pace. In 4. And gently release for 6. And I'm going to hold space for you to take a few more rounds at your own pace. Remember, it's that inhale in through the nose for 4. It's that gentle release, that exhale for 6. And continuing a few more rounds here. And maybe as you're doing this, you're noticing the grounding points beneath you, the texture of the chair, the texture beneath your hands. If you have your pointer finger and thumb pressed together, maybe you notice that texture. And maybe completing one more full round of an inhale for 4 and an exhale for 6. And then allow your body to find its natural organic breathing rhythm. And then I'm going to invite you, when you get to that point where your body is just breathing as it does, I'm going to invite you to gently kind of just sway from side to side, just like this. You can take a peek at what I'm doing if your eyes are closed. I'm just swaying a little bit side to side. Our nervous system loves rhythm. Our nervous system loves this little sway. And I'm going to hold space for you to invite in a little intuitive movement. So all I mean by that is if your body's asking for a little circles, go ahead and do that, or little rolls of the wrists, go ahead and do that. So any intuitive movement that your body's asking for. You can still notice the breath within you, your organic breathing rhythm, the texture beneath you, any grounding points, your tongue resting in your mouth. And then just slowly making your way back to stillness. Maybe you notice any sensation in the fingertips or toes. And I'm just going to slowly transition out of this, but feel free to stay here for as long as feels good to you. Thank you so much for practicing with me. Thank you for doing this little mini pause with me. I know that I needed it, and I look forward to coming back next week.